sponsored content is something that, you know, is basically on the tip of the tongue of every single publisher that's out there right now and thinking about ways to optimize mobile and or how to, you know, drive revenue from their mobile and web content. But I do think it poses kind of an editorial issue for a lot of these publishers, just because a lot of times, especially, you know, it's not necessarily the same on a tablet, but on a smartphone it's so small that there's a very, you know, high chance that someone that sees a sponsored content link won't realize that it's sponsored content and will click on it anyway, only to be, you know, kind of mystified when they click through to realize that it, you know, it's sponsored by a brand. It's not necessarily by these, in most cases, kind of credible news organizations that, you know, are trying out sponsored content. But when you look at companies like, you know, Forbes and the Washington Post definitely has some good reasons behind their sponsored content that I've spoken to them about, and they have, you know, it's very legitimate. But I guess from the smartphone standpoint, it is a little bit misleading in a lot of ways when these companies try sponsored content, in my opinion. I think publishers really have to figure out another way to monetize mobile. I do not think that sponsored content is the answer to it, and I realize that that is a little bit debatable on who you talk to, but I think, you know, I think you're going to see more ways of really monetizing mobile content through different ways besides sponsored content and besides banners and besides some of these these native ads that kind of blend into editorial content. Publishers are going to have to think outside the box when it comes to how they monetize mobile.